Finally, Rare PortHole. These are the ports of some pretty famous Rare games to, mainly Game Boy. And some of these games are pretty good, and some of them not so much. But let's take a look and see what the games were like going from, in this case, the Super Nintendo down to Game Boy Color. So I'm sure people know this game. I'm not going to spend too much time with it. But since Donkey Kong just came out, this felt appropriate. I'm not sure if all of these were developed in-house, but you know what's interesting about this? This is the Donkey Kong 64 select screen. Funky fishing, view items, crosshair cranky. I didn't know there were mini games in this. Huh. Was that like dialogue, or was it, what was that? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so you have that. I got the idea. This is the Japanese version of Donkey Kong Land 3. No, was it? No, sorry, that's different. That's different. I'll show you that in a bit. There's more than just Donkey Kong, I promise, but there is some Donkey Kong as well. Crosshair cranky. I just killed Diddy. Oh, sorry, Diddy. Oh god, sorry. Alright. Okay. So I just did a bunch of bootlegs of Donkey Kong. Let's see what an official port is like. Now, there were the Game Boy ones that were just different levels. And those, you know what? They weren't terrible, but they also kind of weren't great. And everything was cabbage. So that's kind of the problem with a lot of the Game Boy stuff is, how do you make a game that looks pre-rendered but only use 4 colors? Well, which is to say, 4 shades of gray. And the answer is, it looks like shit, but it's playable. This is better than any of the bootlegs I've played. Which should kind of go without saying, but... like, for example, Donkey Kong can actually roll, and Diddy's roll has coyote time, so this isn't... it's not too bad. The level seems intact. Bonus room? Yep. I mean, hey, it would have been better on the GBA, but for a port to Game Boy Color, this isn't too bad. I also have some games that were not released properly in this here PortHole, so some of those look kind of interesting, but I'm seeing a lot of chat members say they had this game, and that they didn't think it was too bad. It's not the best, but it's not too bad. It's alright. I kind of just feel like I'm playing Donkey Kong Country. Including that exact thing that just happened, which I've done hundreds of times. That exact thing. The music doesn't sound like complete shit, which is another compliment. The bootleg music was painful at best, and at worst, like, disappointing. Yeah, this is alright. How are the controls in physics? Pretty close. Like, the thing that sucks is it's like, it gets choppy. But, like it kind of messes with you a little bit. The screen choppiness, but controls are somewhat... They're as close as you can get on the GBC, I think. They're a little different, but they work. Are there idle animations? Yeah. No, this is a decent amount of wizardry, honestly. Oh. Not bad. Conker. Conker's Pocket Tales. So, Conker was this wholesome little character at first. And then they decided to make Conker into a foul-mouthed delinquent. But in 1999, this one came out. It's the first game in the Conker series. Bah. There's the original Barry. Oh my god. Just in case you don't know, Barry is this in Conker's Bad Fur Day. So, things changed in like a year. Like 1 year was all it took. I've never played this, by the way, so... it is a top-down... platformer? Like, how's this gonna work? I don't know what move that is. Is it like a swipe maneuver? I'm also trying to put myself into, like, my mindset of where I was in 1999, and if a game like this would have been impressive or fun. One of the stolen presents. I don't know. You're saying Bad Fur Day was the gritty 3D reimagining. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of reverse PortHole. And truthfully, this doesn't even really belong 100%, but it's close enough. You have kind of this thing where the original game never even came out because it was just deemed too similar to Banjo-Kazooie, so the team was like, make them raunchy. It was a smart move. It was like kind of a way to separate the game from the other games, but here's what happened. It went on to spawn a very successful and great series of games. And we've been enjoying Conker games by Rare ever since. The dirt digging mechanic is a little bit, I don't know, unfun. Not unfun, you just don't know where you're gonna go. What is my attack? Oh, the attack is awful. The attack, you can't move, and he has to wind up before he actually attacks. That's a baffling decision. You need the slingshot. Oh, is that what's going on? You eventually get a slingshot. So, chat members that had this game growing up, what'd you think of it? Someone said, I loved it, ass, it was okay. Eh. Rest in peace. Okay, now this is Donkey Kong GB. Japanese version of Donkey Kong Land 3. The game was originally released in North America and Europe in '97. However, it took 3 years to finally get released in Japan. This is a GBC exclusive version, only released in Japan. The original does have a special palette played on Super Game Boy, but it's not as colorful as this version. So I didn't even know this existed. Okay, so it's not as impressive as Donkey Kong Country visually, but it looks still way better than the regular Game Boy Donkey Kong Land games. Controls are pretty good, once again. I don't know if the original hardware had this stuttering, but it's very annoying. Sin Kong. That animation, oh my god. Again, a very competent port. I mean, Conker is tougher because this is, you know, Donkey Kong Country's a 2D side-scroller, and these are a little bit more accurate. Conker was a 3D collectathon, and the original version didn't even come out. But comparing that previous game, Conker, to the Conker that we got on the N64, it sucks. Yeah. It's Flesh Kong from the photo. This is a very, very respectable port, and, you know, obviously the freedom on the world map in DKC3 was one of the features that set it apart. This doesn't seem to have that. But just in terms of a gameplay kind of standpoint, yeah, it's good. It's very playable, it feels like Donkey Kong Country. Visually, you know, while you're looking at it, kind of looks like I'm inside of a body. Fighting, like, malignant viruses and diseases. So that's good. The gaming is colonic. Killer Instinct. Ooh, SGB enhanced version. Wow, look at that. We got a border and everything. That's crazy. So I played Killer Instinct. I rented it on both SNES and on N64. I played both. And it wasn't my favorite, but I liked it well enough. So one of the things that I've noticed over the years here on Sunday Stream, playing bootlegs and just a whole manner of video games, fighting games on the Game Boy and NES are usually rancid. That is the thing I've noticed. Will this be less rancid? Oh man. It looks like poop. The palette is just poop. Anyone born like 20 years ago, just count yourselves. You know what? No, you're not lucky. We had it good then, back in the 90s. We had games, we had Conker, we had Zelda. We had development cycles of 1 to 2 years that would produce classics like Majora's Mask. But no, the game sucks. For what it's worth, even though I'm kind of just button mashing, this is one of the better, if not the best fighter I've played on Game Boy or NES. For what it's worth. Because at least it's kind of playable and it's like kind of fast. But man, Nintendo rode that Game Boy for so many years. It went well beyond its capabilities. Does it remind you of any modern Nintendo console? I'm sure there's better fighting games on the NES and Game Boy that I'm unaware of, but of the ones I'm aware of, this is the best one. And I really don't want to spend very much time playing it. Winner, Skeleton. Also, can I just say how, like, wonderful it is that one of the main characters, to the point where they included him in this border, is just a skeleton with a cutlass. Like, it really is, like, marvelous that they could have just a skeleton with a cutlass, and that's it. He's awesome. He's fucking cool as fuck. And he's like, not fancy skeleton. He's just skeleton. It's appreciated. You know, Chum, you remind me a lot of myself, without skin. The blue background here is at least a little easier to look at. I'm sure there's plenty of moves that I'm not aware of that would help me, but... Found the strat. Mickey Speedway USA. So Rare put out a kart racing game called Mickey Speedway, which was kind of a sequel to Diddy Kong Racing, kinda. It was like, it fell under the radar. I didn't have it. I only played it years later. Like, a little bit. It says here, using the transfer pack, connecting to the N64 version is the only way to unlock Huey. So, you have some options if you're gonna do a racing game on the Game Boy Color. And the worst option, I feel, is, all of them. But specifically, if you're going for a 3/4 view, like 3/4, I don't know what this is gonna be. You could also fake 3D. Toy Story did that, and it was interesting, even if it was very fake. You could also do, like, the NES-style racing games. But honestly, the only racing game, the earliest, Toy Story used FMVs. It did, yeah. It was kind of cool, actually. It was like, technically impressive. I'm just really curious to see what the racing's gonna be like. The first racing game I really fucked with... No, it is Rare. They made RC Pro-Am. Was Mario Kart on the SNES. That was the first racing game that I really got into. Because it would have been F-Zero if I had that earlier, but I didn't. Why am I, like, so much slower than everyone else? I think, yeah, there's items. So it's got... I don't know how to use them. It's the brake. Anti-piracy that makes you slow? Imagine. A plus B? No, that doesn't work. Select doesn't work. Up. It's up. It's fucking, it's up. You know, as far as a game like this goes, when it comes down to this, like, not being my favorite type of racing, it's not the worst in terms of controls. I think they went out of their way to make the controls at least good, so that's nice. It doesn't control like some of the other crap I've played that looks like this. It needs a mini-map. A mini-map would help, but Mini's busy racing. Oh, that's a mushroom. The animation on the cart is good. Visually, it's kind of nice, it's simple, it's clean. It doesn't look terrible. I'm just not really enjoying it. But a valiant effort, I guess. This one I might have played a little bit at some point, but I don't remember. I remember seeing it in magazines. And I was like, that looks nothing like Perfect Dark. But it's Perfect Dark. On the Game Boy Color. Yep.
It's dark. It's very dark. She's perfect.
Okay. New Agent multiplayer, Rumble on. I remember this reviewed okay.
Joanna, after your many years of study and training, this is the final test.
Oh my god.
Beyond this door is the Carrington Institute.
Her face.
It simulates urban combat conditions. Using non-lethal ammunition, you must complete the tasks ahead of you. Success will reward you with the license you so desire. Failure is not an option.
It's impressive to hear voice acting in a Game Boy game.
Yes, sir. I understand.
And those are the original Perfect Dark actors, too. So yeah, that's cool, I guess. You didn't hear any voices? There were voices. Someone said Snake. So Metal Gear on the Game Boy Color was actually very good. Oh my god. But the sprites were way smaller than this. The voices are... I had to go to 100% volume so you could hear them at all. And you still couldn't hear it, but yet every other sound effect is really, really loud. So they didn't... I don't know if that was like that on hardware, but... Okay. Just... How do you do a first-person shooter on Game Boy Color? Well, I guess this. Yeah, the sound mixing is like fucked up. Which may be an emulation issue, I'm not sure. It's just Simon codes? My favorite kind of gameplay. There's no way the mixing was this bad on the Game Boy. There's no way they would release this like this. Was this even released? Yeah, I remember reading about it in magazines. Am I out of ammo completely? I'm out of ammo completely, so what the game does is it gives you one bullet. I think I'm supposed to be stealthy. Oh my god. Are you playing a beta version? Doesn't seem like it. Press select to loot guards' bodies. Oh, okay. Alright, we'll try one more time. I guess they did the best they could. Tried to make this like a big tentpole thing. Because like after GoldenEye, they went all out with Perfect Dark. And it felt like forever waiting for that game. Like I remember it got delayed. I was like, wait a minute. Why is this game taking so long? I need it. And now you have to wait 8 years for your favorite game to come out. Like not even an exaggeration. And then it gets canceled anyway. Well, yeah, that's another thing too. Is the Perfect Dark game that I guess was a Perfect Dark game that got canceled. I say I guess it was a Perfect Dark game because I rewatched some of the footage after it got canceled, which sucks that that happened. But yeah, it didn't. You know. It just looked like a whole lot of other games that I've seen in the past couple years. I love Perfect Dark, but there was a part of me that was not at all excited for that game. Health. I don't think stealth is an option. Cancel everything, fire everyone. That's the Microsoft motto. Buy everything, cancel everything, fire everyone. Like, what's the point of these segments? I wonder if there's going to be, like, shooting in the actual game. I think you get the idea. It's fine for what it is. It's you know, the combat suffers, especially with these massive sprites, which I think is always a mistake. Almost always, at least, when people were trying to do stuff to make it better graphics. It almost never works out as good as people want. Like, I think again, referencing Metal Gear on the Game Boy. Snake was small, and enemies were small, and it actually felt as close as you could get to Metal Gear Solid. It worked out way better than expected, but I don't know, this feels not as good. You cannot continue, you must have an unfinished objective. Right. it worked fine because Metal Gear started on 8-bit consoles. That's true. That's true. I think taking that, and then also Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation still had that style of gameplay. Like, it had more dynamic camera for a lot of stuff, but a lot of times the camera would just lock overhead and you would just play the game like that. And it was very doable to do something like that on the Game Boy Color. I kind of feel like they could have gone that route with this game, like objectives, stealth, and they could have gone like Metal Gear. But yeah, this is it's whatever. It is whatever. I only played a little bit of it, but whoa, the fuck? These monsters? Why do they have like monster faces? All right, so that moves us to the GBA, and we're gonna do a prototype to start. Diddy Kong Pilot prototype from 2001.
Ready!
Oh my god. So, oh my god. Alright, let me read about this. Diddy Kong Pilot, early prototype of what eventually became Banjo Pilot. This version uses a different engine. Here you go.
Lap 2!
Oh shit. Oh, that is so broken.
Final lap!
That's like Bullet Bill, but it just takes you to first place. It's not bad. I mean, I could see this, if they just stuck with this engine and just kept going, I could see this actually being kind of good.
Finish!
It's a very respectable beta for something like this. The Candy Kong? Unselectable, by the way. Little glitched. A little glitched. Level, beach, desert, swamp, jungle, haunted, blend alpha. What is that? No, I've never played Banjo Pilot, or I didn't own it. At least I might have played it, like I might have emulated it years later. But so it looks like there's different types of levels too, which is good because Diddy Kong Racing had a lot of different like variety. But I think you just have to kill ghosts in this one. Are those? Oh, those are ghosts. Yeah, I knew that. The Kong in the overalls is Redneck Kong? I'm not kidding, that's his name? Oh, you can't even play as anyone other than Diddy. Alright, so 2 years later almost, another prototype. I don't even know where these prototypes came from, but way more similar to the final game. This build is dated February 19, 2003. Approximately 5 months prior to Microsoft trademarking Banjo Pilot in July. So this is what we could have had. And again, I don't know if Banjo Pilot's any good, but we got it here. We could check it out. And again, this is a different engine. Huh. There's only 4 characters here.
Good choice!
Steamy swamp. Boss? You are racing for the pride of Team Kong. Don't let us down. I did not suffer those interminable amounts of monotonous gameplay for you to blow it all now. Steamy swoop. Oh, swoop.
Let's go, dude.
That is not my Funky Kong voice. Yo, dude. Oh, you can just shoot at any time? Seems a little OP. Well, they can place zingers on the map. That's interesting. Did he say P. Yusa? This is, I mean, yeah, I can tell the engine's different. I don't know, I kind of think maybe the first engine felt a little better. Not in terms of polish, but just the overall, like, direction of it. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Also, very loud game. That was, I had that volume down to 20%. The visuals are nice on all the stuff. It looks really good, actually, on Funky and his jet. Okay, being able to shoot does not guarantee that you are broken. Like, it just means that you can kind of shoot a little bit and distract if you're lucky. But it's not like a broken ability. Or so it seems. Plane Pursuit.
Let's go, dude. Get ready. Go.
This isn't the same Funky Kong that does, like, sexy ASMR, right? The K-Rool? I like how, like, 60% of the items are just bees. It's really good. But, I mean, you know, it's cool to do something like this and like, focus on the air, because you already have Mario Kart Super Circuit. And Mario... Oh, God damn it. Mario Kart has the market cornered on kart. So doing something with planes... That was, to me, one of the best parts of Diddy Kong Racing, was that you could fly up like a little plane. That was cool. That game's awesome. Honestly, Diddy Kong Racing, I think, is better than Mario Kart 64. It's, like, kind of blasphemous, but I think it's true. And the fact that it was, like, pretty well balanced, as far as I remember... It's kind of surprising that you could have one person in a cart, one person in a plane, and one person in a hovercraft. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. I'm Brawlic. And I'm Funky. I'm gonna win. What happens when you get Kong? I'm not really sure what happens.
Nice job.
Check out one more level. This is good, though. I mean, I can see this having a little bit more polish and have, like, this could have been like a cult classic.
Let's go, dude. Get ready. Go.
Whale graphic. This isn't Diddy Kong Racing music, is it? No, it's not. Just sounds like it. Okay. So then, Banjo Pilot. The final product is a weird mix of a Banjo-Kazooie skin slapped on a Donkey Kong racer, with little changes to the soundtrack. It ended up being both the worst-selling Banjo-Kazooie game, only selling 100,000 copies worldwide, and the last original Banjo-Kazooie game in a Nintendo console. Crazy. Also, thank you to Vittorio582 for making this pack. I really appreciate it. Did a good job. So yeah, I didn't have this game. I might not have even known it existed, which probably contributes to the fact that it didn't do so well. The famous Banjo characters. Banjo, Kazooie, Mumbo, and Jinjo. Gotta be Jinjo. Oh god, it's cranky, but it's just bottles. Honeycomb. Spiral Mountain. So you can still shoot. Wait a minute. Is that the Donkey... Hang on, I'm gonna make this a little louder. Is that the Donkey Kong music? Oh my god. It kinda is. It kinda is. Same map, same track. Where's the mountain? It's there. What's interesting about this is even though you can fly, you still can't fly over, like, patches of grass. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But I understand it from a balancing perspective. No, like, if you drive over the grass, if you fly over the grass, you slow down. It just sounded like Donkey Kong doing his, like, pelvic thrust in DK64. It was like, ugh. Grass causes turbulence. Well, clearly. But yeah, I mean, otherwise this is really similar to what I just played. More polished. Very, very respectable. And a decent racer for the GBA. It's a restricted flight zone. They have to respect air traffic laws. They do. Klungo is playable. Klungo doesn't feel like a real character name. It feels like a Glepshido of the Donkey Kong or Banjo universe. It's the same fucking level, yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, may as well use the work that was done, right? Yeah, the invincibility theme is basically just Donkey Kong's motif. It's really fucking phenomenal, isn't it? Instead of Kong, you're collecting the notes. Listen, they did the best they could with the shitty situation they had. Also, Jinjo, it looks like Jinjo's got a dumpy. Nope. So yeah, that's that. I don't think we need to see any more of that. It's fine. It's completely fine. And it's a shame it sold so poorly because I think that, you know, some real effort was put into that. you know, before and after the reskin. Well, mainly before the reskin. This is Banjo-Kazooie Grunty Revenge, which is a real game that came out on the GBA. 2 months have passed since Gruntilda the Witch was defeated by Banjo and Kazooie. After falling from her tower, Gruntilda was buried underground. Right. I like how the music is like kind of low quality, but the banjo noises are very high quality. This isn't a port, it's an interquel between Kazooie and Tooie. PortHole can mean a couple different things. It's not strictly ports. But Rare has had a lot of games like kind of like Perfect Dark was also not the same game. But I would consider that like kind of a port. I don't know. I had this one, it wasn't terrible, but it was disappointing. Yeah, I've heard this wasn't that amazing. Someone remastered the music for this game into N64 quality, and it rocks. Had to live up to the greatness of Banjo-Kazooie. Yes, it did, but it also needed to just be a good platformer on the GBA. But it's like kind of the GBA was so limited in its 3D capabilities, and it did have some. Weirdly, Tony Hawk did a really good job at that, and it was a launch title. It actually had like some 3D levels, or was it 3D Tony Hawk? I think only Tony Hawk was 3D. But it kind of felt like a 3D game a bit. It was good. Hell of a start for this. And then obviously Conker did this type of thing, where it was like a top-down view. In most cases, the games just went side-scroller. Like Turok had some Game Boy editions, and it was just side-scrolling Turok. Who's this mole? Where's Bottles? Is Bottles old? Is this the molehill that made Bottles old? Oh boy. So that's how the game is. See the Jinjo Oracle. And that's the problem. Right there. Right there. Oh god. Oh my god. Oof. Guess we're not climbing those. I don't have any attacks yet, or anything like that. Gotta unlock climbing, attacking, and swiping first. This would have been better with a save state, but just to, like, check out for stream purposes. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying. Pack whack. Could have been saved with some outline hinting and set colors for cliff heights to tell them apart. Yeah, that would have helped a bit. Sure. Because it actually kind of does feel like you're controlling Banjo from Banjo and Kazooie. It's kind of a neat trick that it does kind of maintain some of that feel. 20+ year hindsight. Yeah, seriously. Also kind of interesting that Banjo doesn't, like, swipe. Or maybe he still does some, you know, somewhere, but... him using the backpack is like, new. Oh my god, these fucking voices. This was an attack in Tui. I don't remember a lot of Tui. Heavy tutorial. I guess Spiral Mountain in the original kind of does that too a bit. It's fine. Well, we didn't even unlock Kazooie or any move other than this, but I'm gonna move on to the next game because I want to do the other segment. But I will say, in the limited amount of time I played this, it's totally... It's very,
It's Mr. Pants.
It's Mr. Pants. It's very Mr. Pants.
Hello, everybody.
While this pack was intended to only have Rare's more famous IPs, I decided to include this one because it was shown at E3 2001 as Donkey Kong Coconut Crackers. Set to be released in December 2001, it was likely postponed ahead of time due to the forthcoming acquisition from Microsoft in 2002. The acquisition was also the reason why the game was rebranded to feature Mr. Pants, who had been the mascot of Rareware's website since 1998.
Hello, everybody. Pants away.
So fucking British.
My brain.
Dum.
My brain. Easy.
Still sounds like Kirkhope. Oh my god.
Level 1. Easy.
I had one job.
Great.
Wow.
Oh, level 2. Easy.
Amazing.
Super. Nice.
Alright, bruv. Do you find pants as funny as I do? Are you at Heaton Park for the Oasis gigs? Well, then you'll love Mr. Pants.
Splendid.
Oh.
Smashing.
Okay, this isn't a port, so I just wanted to show it for a minute. It exists, chat. Now you know about it. Sabrewulf is a 2004 remake of the ZX Spectrum game of the same name.
Leg it.
Does Sabrewulf also have the same voice as Mr. Pant? Widely possible. This guy made a cameo in Banjo-Tooie. I feel like I know that, but I had forgotten that info. It's somewhere, like, it's a brain cell somewhere, like, near the back left of my brain. Welcome back, Banjo-Kazooie GBA game. Oh. Fucking Bonzi Buddy, what? Dude, that was Bonzi Buddy. Boomer. It's like a puzzle platformer. Alright. Now the moment none of you have been waiting for. Diddy Kong Racing DS. A game I was going to buy, and then I read it was kind of ass. And I decided I will not buy this game. So, let me find out. Wow, my DS was real weird just then. Must be a virus. Alright, so yes, Diddy Kong Racing, as I said, was probably, I think it was the best N64 racing game. I still love this game. I streamed it a couple of years ago. It's still fantastic. But what is the DS game? And why wasn't it so good? We'll just do adventure. So, Tiny Kong being in the game, that wasn't originally a character. Same for Dixie. Hmm. This was not in the original game. They replaced Banjo and Conker. Huh. DK's empty treehouse. Did Rare actually develop this game? This is where they redesigned Tiny and gave her boobs for some reason? It's weird. Why would they do that? Yeah, it's just weird seeing. Yeah, it's a very different Tiny Kong these days. She's an adult now, I guess. I don't know. Weird. Also, that whole sequence was not in the game. Like, that whole thing is different. So, this isn't a strict port, then. What else is different in this? Oh, there he is. There's a ton different. Some battle maps were replaced with touchscreen gimmick games. Oh, wonderful. My favorite. And I just want to do a race. I don't know why I chose adventure. There wasn't originally a magic lamp in Diddy Kong Racing, right? Like, I'm not losing my mind. Touchscreen gimmick. Oh, for fuck's sake. Silver coin missions are a huge change. Cart upgrades. You can become a racing god and it gets too easy. Melons. Wait, that's not the same. That's not the same voice. Fucking cowards. Also, no analog stick on the DS. So, it's D-pad racing, which isn't the worst thing, but it is noticeable. Looks clean though. It looks nice visually, sure. New challenge called Boss Touch, where you can race the bosses, but exclusively through the touchscreen controls. No, thank you. This had online too. So, it's... okay. It doesn't control poorly. It looks good. My question is, what made this game kind of mediocre? Was there anything aside from the gimmicks that made it, like, not so good? You'll see. What was that? Wait, what was that? There was another touchscreen gimmick to start the race? Music has been remixed. Still pretty alright. The DS gimmicks were shoehorned in, and they're genuinely awful. The balloon challenge is now an on-rails game where you touch the balloons. Yeah, that's not great. I mean, the touchscreen stuff, of course, yeah, I'm not really feeling that. But I would say that the core racing feels pretty decent, even for, like, D-pad gaming. Would you call this better than Mario Kart DS? No. No, but also I've only played this for 5 minutes, and I've put like 40 hours into Mario Kart DS. Melons. Mario Kart DS is good. Yeah, I really like that game. Mario Kart DS still has something that I really like that no other Mario Kart game has done, even up until World, which still hasn't done it. Which is the challenge mode with all the weird little missions. I mean, Mario Kart World kind of gets close in a few ways, but the mission mode was really good because you could fight bosses. There were like weird giant Goombas and shit. It was cool. Missions were genuinely really good. Get to the silver coin challenge. At least it feels like half the game was ripped out. What do you mean? Where's the silver coin challenge? You have to beat a boss? That's not gonna happen. I tried to spin the wheels. That is so awkward. It's way more awkward with a mouse, but yeah. It's a shame, too, because visually it looks really good, and having, like, Dixie Kong in the game is nice. She's underrated in the DK lore, in the DK universe. And she was ignored for many years, too. So I'm happy that she, you know, kind of came back for Tropical Freeze and all that, but... It's weird they replaced the bananas. Yeah, what is going on with the bananas? They're like rare icons. That's strange. What was so wrong about bananas? I'll check out one more thing from the main menu. I'm guessing the mini games are locked. Best voice acting. You can record your own voice for character grunts. Wait, what? It's such a weird mechanic. Yeah, again, it's a shame. Why is there a picture of Diddy on the wall there? That's weird. Is this music new? This is a new song. Does Crunch still control like shit? I don't know. Maybe. I'm assuming you have to unlock the part of the thing where you get to record it. The menu select sounds are weirdly sounding like RE4. Oh yeah, a little bit. It's there. I wish I remembered where. I'm sure it takes the silver coins on the map. Use the other save. That's my save from testing earlier, so I used my phone to funny sound bits. I enjoyed this game, says a chat member. You could make fart noises so that every time you crash, it farts. Well, I only played this for a very, very short time, but it's not terrible from the little I've seen, but I'm sure it would gradually begin to piss me off. I'm sure the touchscreen stuff, I'm sure all the little things that they changed would eventually amount to me just being pissed off and upset, because I do hold the game in high regard, the original. So yeah, I was like, should I buy this game? And then I just decided against it after reading some stuff. This is what they replaced Silver Coin Challenge with. Alright, let's find out. Let us see what this is. Wait, what am I looking at? You're on a carpet and you just touch the balloons. But why couldn't they have the silver coins and this? Must utilize gimmick. All right, well, some of these reports, some weren't, but overall, I'm going to say that Rare had, I don't know, a couple hits in terms of Game Boy and DS games not being terrible. Like, I don't know, I guess the Banjo game was a little bit better than mediocre from the little I played of it, and Diddy Kong, disappointing but still there. But the thing I thought was kind of most interesting tonight was actually Mr. Pants. No. I think just the Donkey Kong Country games were the most successful. Those are the ones that ended up feeling the best. So, I mean, and it's also, again, side scrollers versus games where you actually have to take a 3D game and try to translate that into a fucking handheld. Also, Banjo Pilot was pretty good. So that is the Rare PortHole. There might be more. There might be some other stuff I missed, but that's what we got right now. So, yes, thank you for watching. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll get to some weird Windows 95 shit.